Hello, we are Alpha Event Planning, and we are going to be taking on the project of a debate within the student body of Western Carolina University. My name is J.D. Arch. I'm getting 2 degrees, one in Business Administration and Management, and one in Communications and Public Relations.
I'm Amanda Wilson. I'm pursuing 2 degrees as well in Finance and Management.
My name is Peter Christensen. I'm pursuing 2 BSBAs, one in Management and one in Business Administration and Law.
So you know everybody that is going to be participating on this project. So what is the project? Well, we decided we really didn't know how to approach what we were going to do because we really didn't know, none of us had ever done a project before. So the easiest thing that we could come up with, we started brainstorming, throwing out different ideas, and the idea of doing a debate. And because social media covers all of the different candidates now, we thought it would be a good idea to where we could just bring that voice maybe to the student body of Western Carolina. Now there's different aspects of the debate that we uncovered as we went through the WBS, as we went through the scope, as we went through the different elements of a project. And what we discovered is that there's a lot more about a debate than just getting 2 people with a moderator and talking about it. So as we've gone through this, we've discovered that we've needed security, that we've needed a facility, and we are filming on in the UC Theater where we're going to be holding the debate.
The official title for this project is the Student Officiated Presidential Candidate Debate, and through this, Alpha Event Planning hopes to improve student political literacy. There are a variety of stakeholders involved with this project, including the Office of the Chancellor, the Political Science and Public Affairs Department, as well as the Political Science Club. We must also be aware of the Student Government Association and the Department of Campus Activities. The business case for this project involves higher education being underrepresented at the polls. Alpha Event Planning hopes to remove barriers that might be keeping students and potential voters from their rights to elected representatives. The human resources involved in this project are as you see here: Amanda Wilson, myself, and J.D. Arch. There are some assumptions and constraints associated with this project, the first of which is student participation and willingness, as well as interest and educational potential. The second is stakeholder participation, and this is involved with a variety of stakeholder contact series that we will explain later.
Recording.
There are some approvals necessary for this project to commence, and this involves a contact series. First, we must acquire student representatives to officiate and also to moderate and to lead the debate. There are also approvals through SGA that we must consider, the Student Government Association, and also Student Affairs. And we must also reserve these facilities here at the A.K. Hines University Theater. There are some high-level risks associated with this project, the first of which is failure to acquire stakeholder buy-in. There's also failure to maintain scheduling. We can also lose resources and not be able to completely finish this project. There are some deliverables that we've been conducting throughout the semester-long process for this project, and those are the milestones that we've been turning in every single month. There are some success criteria, and that is, when the project is completed, we will have a discussion event where more than 2 political candidates are represented here on this stage, and there are viewers to watch them and participate in the discussion. There will also be a series of stakeholder buy-in conversations where we talk to folks here at the A.K. Hines University Center, in the Political Science and Public Affairs Department, as well as some student groups. And finally, we'll need to have student representatives, and we'll contact them through advertising and also screening, and make sure that they are adequately prepared for this conversation that we'll be having here.
The scope of this project is strictly to host a debate with volunteer students, expanding on the represented candidates' views while rebutting attacks on policy or stances on prominent political and social issues.
So we're talking about stakeholder analysis. Now when we think about stakeholder analysis, we're thinking about who exactly is going to be affected by what we're doing. Now the stakeholders that we have come up with is, as Peter had mentioned earlier, is that the facility, the campus administration, the political science clubs, the student body itself. And we're not going to be doing this for any type of party, like it's not going to be a Democratic type of stakeholder or a type of debate, or a Republican type of debate. It's just going to be a debate on certain issues. So no matter what your political affiliation is, we can look at it strictly on the view of what you think it is and what your opponent thinks it is. And those are the different types of stakeholders that we're actually looking at, and those are our main stakeholders. Once we get past the administration getting permission, get the ideas through political science and get the ideas through the facilities or faculty, then we'll be able to conduct this debate.
The WBS structure consists of 7 different categories: special equipment, facility, screening process, security, administration, media outreach and analysis, and post-debate. Special equipment is about getting equipment needed for the debate, such as timers, the light control box, and the CAT card swiping machines for entry control. Facility is about reserving the theater and setting the stage, getting everything ready for the actual debate. Screening process is where we will screen students or potential debaters to see if they are qualified to participate in the debate. Security is about contacting campus police to provide entry control, crowd control, disruptive behavior control, etc. Administration is most important. This is approval from campus administration, approval from Student Government Association, and where we work with colleges and departments for advertisement. Media outreach and analysis is about advertising the debate, and post-debate is conducting the actual debate and analyzing the debate, writing down lessons learned.
So Amanda has talked about the actual structure of the WBS. In the dictionary, we are giving specific ways on how we're going to accomplish this. So like when we borrow the timers, I'm going to ask the AK Hines UC staff to borrow those. When we gather desks and chairs, we're going to do that from the University Center. When we do the security, we're going to provide protection and control, like what that means, and then the different areas is what we're going to be doing with this. So the dictionary is giving specifically what organization we're talking to and what personnel we are going to be talking to with this.
JD and I have already talked about our stakeholders, but our communication plan would involve a couple of steps. Amanda, our liaison to the Political Science and Public Affairs Department, as well as the Political Science Club. I would be administering contacts to the AK Hines University Center for reservation, maybe some contacts through SGA, and also for advertisement. This information would be relayed back to JD Arch, who would then contact our administrative WCU contacts and make sure that they were aware of our plan and make sure that they are on board and have adequate buy-in. These contacts will also be relayed back to Dr. Nathan Johnson through our milestone series, where he will be filled in on our project's progress. Our contacts with WCU administration will be face-to-face for the initial meeting. Every contact afterwards until the debate will be through email. Our contacts with the Political Science and Public Affairs Department will also be face-to-face for the initial contact and emails subsequently. The same will be true for the AK Hines University Center, except for reservation of the facilities, which will be conducted at the front desk on the second floor. Dr. Nathan Johnson will attend every class, hopefully, so contacts with him will be face-to-face. Some emails will be necessary for milestone Dropbox assignment turn-in, as well as questions about our project performance.
Project scheduling for this debate consisted of 3 major steps: determining estimation time for each activity, identify the activity order necessary to successfully complete our goal in hosting the debate, and calculating the critical path. Activity output, required skill level, and past assignments were used while creating these estimation times. As you can see from this chart, PERT was used to calculate the final expected estimation time, and the activity times are measured in days. Gaining approval from the university administration will take the longest time to complete. It will take around 7 days to gain approval. The network diagram represents the activity on node mode. There are 7 major categories represented in this network diagram. The general order of this diagram is as follows: networking and gaining approval from administration, media outreach and analysis, preparing the facility, gathering special equipment, providing security, and finally, hosting the official debate and summarizing lessons learned. The critical sequence of activities at the beginning of the debate are obtain administration approval, 1.5.1, obtain approval from SGA, 1.5.2, and reserve the university theater, 1.2.1. Reserving the theater is the burst activity that kickstarts the project schedule. The network diagram is finished when Alpha Event Planning hosts the debate and documents their lessons learned. To calculate the critical path, we use the 2-pass method, finding slack using early and start, late finish times for the activities in the debate. In this chart, you will see our calculations on the left-hand side. The critical path is shown by the light blue boxes across the network. According to the calculation, the earliest time to complete this project will be in 35 days.
For expenditures for this project, we don't anticipate any type of major expenditures. We're not going to charge anybody for coming to this debate. We are not paying any of the speakers that are going to be debating. We're not going to pay the moderator. We're planning on using just volunteer services from the political club, from different faculty members, and using the students as the debating platform. So all of our expenditures, we don't have to spend any money for this facility. We don't have to spend any money for entry or for any type of activity that comes along with this project.
There are 5 major categories for the debate risk analysis. They are approval, attendance, resources, scheduling, and security. An approval risk would be no administration support. This could be due to disagreements with the project charter. And to minimize this risk, we would review the project charter with administration and be willing to make any changes. The 2 main risks in the attendance category are little student interest leading to few participants and poor audience turnout. This could be due to poor advertising, busy student schedules, or a poor date planned for the event. To minimize this risk, we would increase advertising by networking with student body organizations. Unavailable location and unavailable debate materials are examples of resource risk. This could be due to double scheduling, poor communication with the university center, an influx of campus activities, or poor communications with LMP. To minimize this risk, we would create a detailed shareholder communication matrix and prepare alternative methods of conducting the debate in case one of the resources that we needed was not available. Scheduling and falling behind in project schedule is a huge concern when thinking about risk. Scheduling could fall behind due to increase in slack time, increase in project scope, and conflicts within the team. Analyzing the project schedule daily to minimize slack time and maintain scope creep would be our solution to this risk. Last, there is a risk that no security will be provided at the debate. This could be due to uncontrollable emergencies that require extra police assistance or poor communication with campus police. Assigning a specific person to communicate any concerns with campus police regarding the scheduling would be a solution to this risk. Working with the team to minimize risk will increase the probability that this project will be a success.